Hello students, I am Irfan Raza. Today we are going to start the first chapter of class 10th geography. The name of the chapter is Resources and Development. So let us start the chapter with the meaning of resource. Everything available in our environment which can be used to satisfy or fulfill our needs is known as resource. At the same time, it can be termed as on the condition that it is technologically accessible. It means the technology needed to use the resource must be available so that we can extract it and make proper use of it. Then it should be economically feasible. It means we must be capable of being done with wealth at hands. And finally, it should be culturally acceptable. It means it must be accepted by the people. It must not disturb or hurt their sentiments or culture surrounding homes, etc. So when all these three factors support something, then only such thing can be termed as resource. Now let us understand the diagram. There is an interdependent relationship among nature, technology and institution to transform the things available in our environment. It means human being interact with nature or plan to use natural resources. For that, he takes the help of technology. Like different types of tools, equipments and machines. After that, he creates institutions. Means factory or industry where raw materials are converted into finished goods. Such kind of interdependent relationship accelerate economic development of human beings. Many people think that resources are free gifts of nature, but it is not 100% true. Some of the resources may be, but not all. Resources are a function of human activities. Therefore, human beings are essential components of resources. They convert or transform raw materials into finished goods and use them. Now, the next topic is classification of resources. So, the resources are classified into the following ways. The first one is on the basis of origin. Second one is on the basis of exhaustibility. Third one is on the basis of ownership. And fourth one is on the basis of status of development. So, we will discuss each one in details. So, now take a look of classification of resources in this diagram. Here we can see that resources are classified into two parts. The first one is natural and second one is human, means man-made. Natural means something that we get from nature, while human means man-made. So natural is further divided into two. The first one is renewable and second one is non-renewable. Renewable means resources that can be renewed or reproduced, while non-renewable is opposite of it. Renewable further divided into two. continuous or flow means resources which are available without any break, like wind and water. And the second one is biological. It means something that has life. So it is of two types: natural vegetation means forest, and wildlife means animal. Non-renewable is also of two types: recyclable and non-recyclable. Recyclable means resources that capable of being used again, like metal, and second one is non-recyclable, which cannot be used again, like fossil fuel. Now human or man-made resources, which are of two types: structures and institutions, like school, college, bank, hospital. These are the example of structures and institutions. And the second one is quantity and quality. It means number of goods and services with its excellence. So in this way we have completed the explanation of resources. Now let us move towards the next topic, which is type of resources. So the first one is on the basis of origin. Origin means a place from where something is derived. There are two types of resources: biotic and abiotic. Biotic means resources which have life, like human being, plants and animals, while abiotic resources means resources which do not have life, for example rocks and metals. Now the second one is on the basis of exhaustibility. What is the meaning of exhaustibility? It means use up. So it is of two types: renewable resources and non-renewable resources. Renewable resources means all those resources that can be renewed, reproduced or regenerated, or replenishable. Replenishable means which can be refilled, like solar and wind energy, water, forest, wildlife. So it is further divided into continuous and flow. It means all those resources which are available without any break. Now non-renewable resources, all those resources which take millions of years in their formation, like fossil fuel and minerals. Now the next one is on the basis of ownership. Ownership means possession. So these are of four types. The first one is individual resources. All those resources which are owned privately by individuals, like a farmer's field in village and a mall in town. Second one is community owned resources. All those resources which are accessible to all those members of the community or group of people living in the same place, like grazing land, pound, burial grounds, public park, playground. All these are the example of community owned resources. Now the next one is national resources. All those resources within the boundary of a country, like river, forest, wildlife, railway station, etc., are mainly known as national resources. Besides oceanic area up to 12 nautical miles or 22 km from the coast, termed as territorial water and known as national resources. Here nautical miles means it is a unit for measuring distance of sea. Now the fourth one is international resources. All those resources which are regulated by international institutions like UNO, World Bank, WTO, IMF, etc. The oceanic resources beyond 200 km of the exclusive economic zone to open ocean is mainly known as international resources, and this open ocean after 200 km from the coastline of a country cannot be used by any individual country without the concurrence or agreement of international institutions. Now the last classification is on the basis of the status of development. So it is also of four types. The first one is potential resources. These are those resources which are available in a region or a country but have not been utilized, like in Rajasthan and Gujarat. They have enormous potential for the development of wind and solar energy, but so far these have not been developed properly. Now the second one is developed resources. These are those resources which are surveyed and their quality and quantity have been estimated or measured for utilization. The kind of technology we have, on that basis we can use these resources, and because of that we have declared these resources as developed resources. For example, in India we have enormous, you can say, quantity of coal, so that is an example of developed resources. Now the third one is stock. There are basically some materials in the environment which can satisfy our needs but could not be used as we do not have the appropriate technology to convert them into usable form. For example, water is a compound of two gases, hydrogen and oxygen, but we do not have such technology to use them as a source of energy. And the last one is reserves. These are the subset of the stock which can be put into use with the existing technology, but their uses have not started as it is left for future generation. For example, rivers can be used for construction of dam, but not all the rivers of India have been used for this purpose. Yes, in future if there will be any requirement for example requirement like generating hydroelectricity, providing water for irrigation, then dam can be built on the rivers. So in this way these rivers are the example of reserves. So in this way we have completed the topic classification of resources. The next topic is development of resources, that we will discuss in next video. So in order to get my latest video, please subscribe my channel and also click bell icon. Thank you for watching my video.